love hearts or scribbles while on the telephone, or indeed when you should be paying attention to something else, or you're in a meeting. Well, picture analysis is a new and unique form of character and personality test for people of all walks of life interested in becoming more self-aware of their inner self in order to help them take control of their own lives, to find balance and happiness.
The whole team, everyone here at Ireland AM, including a few other well-known faces from TV3, have spent the morning doodling away. So that picture analyst, Sharon Hartill, joins us now to reveal all. Sharon, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Now, Sharon, you've spent the whole morning looking at all of our doodles for what they're worth. But before we get into analysing them, picture analysis, is it science or makey-uppy, or what's the reality? What does it do for us?
It's certainly not makey-uppy, anyway, that's for sure. I think it's a combination, actually. I think it's psychology with... there are, obviously, the actual formula sheet that I have, I still can't find where that is from, other than I got that from my mother. And it was passed down to me, and unfortunately, my mother passed away quite young, so I don't actually know where those symbols originated, but I was reading those at maybe age 10 or 11. I've done this all my life, you know, privately with friends and family. And it wasn't actually till I got my degree and I was chatting with someone in the Enterprise Board, and they said there's nothing out there like this. And I said, there has to be, because my mother must have got this from university and they couldn't find anything. So it's become kind of unique to what I do.
So how do you... well, I'm trying to figure out how you interpret it, right? Say somebody draws faces or flowers, say.
Yeah.
How does that tell you something about them?
Well, I go in on kind of levels. I'd start with level 1, and if you were in the clinic with me, it'd be like a 2-hour session. And if you've got an issue, basically I will pinpoint that issue within 20 minutes thereabouts. And that's... As
a result of my drawing a flower?
Yeah. I know it sounds, but it's just the way it is. It's the way it's always been, and I can't explain it fully myself.
So you're saying that what's troubling us subconsciously, or what's going on in our subconscious, comes out inadvertently
in this form.
And is it because the doodle is a kind of an inadvertent thing? That it's a subconscious...
It's a sideline, sort of. It would be... I mean, it's like dreamland, and pictures are dreamland. In a sense.
Okay.
So you're putting your dreams down on paper, essentially.
You're talking to me. You're opening... When I look at those, I'm looking at a subconscious mind. I'm looking at your mind inside. And I know that sounds heavy, because I'm very logical myself, and I'd be... You know, if someone said it to me, I'd be like, yeah, of course you can, yeah, whatever. But in reality, you know, I have a son now, 8-year-old son, and he's got this... He just started in the last few months, and I'm like, whoa, because that's what happened with me. So whatever it is, there's obviously something else involved, maybe. But
so it's just a gift.
I don't know. Other people have said that to me, but
okay, well,
let's have a look at some doodles.
Let's have a look at number 1.
Doodle number 1.
Okay.
What one is that?
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Okay, so the doodles that this person has drawn are the 2 top corner boxes. The other ones are symbols that were already on them.
Those symbols are really they actually trigger the subconscious into talking to me. But I can read cold. I can cold read anyway, and that's for help for me, really, not for the person. Well, I have here, you know, I don't know who these are now. I'm just literally you know, we've got a sharpness, my way. Whoever this is, it's my way. Presently insecure, they want their own space, they want their own place. They're trying to is in the any overlap is your subconscious saying, listen to me. So if you see that, you know directly that your subconscious is trying to talk to you.
Repeatedly going over the same line?
Repeatedly going over it. It's always the subconscious issue. It's like, listen to me. You could be thinking, I'm going to have a cup of coffee now, but your subconscious is like, listen to this.
So what sort of person drew these?
Someone who wants their own way, basically. I don't know who's that. I don't want to offend anybody, but
so
this
Mark,
is
what do you think of your analysis? Mr. My Way.
It's my way on, you know.
That's a face, by the way. You have that...
Oh, right. Is that yourself, is it?
The one that looks like it's on its side, actually, if you turn it around the other way, it's a face.
I understand that.
Triangles.
But, yes, but did you get the sheet this way? Did you receive the sheet that way?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that proves the point then. I'm correct. It's awkward. My way. Yeah. I'm going this way, not that way. So that's as soon as I looked at that, I was like, whoa, you know, don't mess with that person. Yeah.
Would you concur?
She'd be absolutely right.
I think you would. I would concur also. Let's have a look at the second one. Okay.
The second one I'm a bit concerned about. I know I have been warned not to go too deep into these, so I'm not going to actually go there, but there are two issues definitely presently in their lives. Their security has been breached recently. They're trying to keep things together, and they're very, very private, in which case I will not go in. I'm not going to go in any further.
And what sort of person would this be?
Someone who's possibly quite protective of other people, would be, have a tendency to, not mind, but a tendency to care for people and make sure that everyone's okay. But it's more about keeping people together and making sure everything's all right rather than... And then there's an opening which I'm not comfortable with. There's plenty in that. There's plenty, but I don't... As I say, there are two definite major issues. One has security has been breached. In other words, someone has really kind of... And it's private and personal as well, so without going
Sharon.
Let's have a look at who that is.
It's me.
Oh, that's... Can I go now?
You can talk to me later about the other issue.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Poor Sharon. Let's have a look at the next
Number
one.
three.
On the spot, because I'm...
No, but Sharon, fair play to you for doing this cold, because a lot of people would have said no. So tell us about this one here.
Oh, that one. Well, I've come to a blank one here.
But this is our next one here.
Okay.
Okay, if we can do the triangle one if you have it.
We have that one, yeah.
There you go, that one there, yeah.
Okay, now, who's this? Whoever this is. One track, go, now, aim, self, go, now. Boom, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Very one-track mind.
Whoever it
this
is,
person.
it's bang, bang, yeah, whoa, we blah, blah. You see what
It's
happens
Alan!
is the personality just comes through, like, straight away. It's like, whatever's in that subconscious will be straight at me. So sometimes I'm like, whoa, I'd be like, that's heavy, or that's sad, or that whatever. This one is like, on the ball. Yes, no, yes, no.
That's Alan.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Okay, good. Well, that's good.
We have
One more.
One more, okay. Yeah, whoa, heavy. Again, we've got an outward thing. We're going out of the... There are issues here, definitely. Issues to do with the home
they're very
life.
sloppy and untidy for a start off.
That doesn't... I know it looks that way, but in actual fact, that's the subconscious communicating something and saying, listen to me now. You need to listen to me now. I've got something to tell you. And the very fact that it's gone completely out of the box is telling me this needs dealing with. This has to be dealt with. So therefore, in my opinion now, you probably disagree, but that's, it's like we need to look at this now. Stop putting it off. Procrastinating is a good word for this.
Okay.
Which is something I do quite often. So.
Okay, let's have a look at who that person is.
Yeah.
Ah!
The girls in Ireland AM are a gibbering wreck.
Sorry, rubbish.
Don't apologise, Sharon. It's interesting. We'll have to get you back, Sharon.
There was one person we asked you to do, and they don't doodle at all. They do nothing. What they do is they add sums.
So they left the sheet blank.
So they left the sheet blank.
Is that
What
telling?
they do is they do numbers.
Silly. That's very silly to say to someone, I don't doodle. If I do this,
That's a doodle.
I'm doodling.
So it doesn't have
therefore
the,
it's a conscious block. They don't want you in. They don't want you to look at anything. So that's fine. That's okay. I don't mind that.
But if that blank piece had just been a series of numbers, addition and stuff like that, what would that have told you about them?
Numbers is from a different part of the brain. I don't like it, graphology now would be, that's to do with the writing. To be honest, I find that anybody who writes, it's totally irrelevant. It doesn't. When I look at these, I can go in. But if I get writing, I can't. It's blank. It's like here. It's at the front, so I can't. There's nothing.
So it's not the
out.
subconscious coming forwards.
No.
It's the thinking part of the brain.
Seriously,
okay.
that's how.
Sharon, we're going to have to get you back because you've just scratched the surface.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to speak to you to find out what my issues are. It's very interesting. No, but there is something going on there. It's very interesting. Sharon, thank you very much. Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, will John be unfaithful to his wife in Emmerdale after the break?